Hello everyone, welcome back to another video on the channel. I know it's been like a week since my last upload and I apologize for that. I actually went on vacation with my girlfriend who is Alex, and we went to Vancouver and it was actually really beautiful and all. I just got back yesterday, so this is my first day back actually being home and having a day to record and all. And I am sick right now as well, so if I sound like absolute shit, that is probably why. But yeah, in today's video, I'd like to talk about the Wiz gear dilemma, and it's something that I've been thinking about as a player for a while now. I might be absolutely crazy making this video, but I genuinely feel like there's a lot of gear in this game that players get attached to, and then like a new update comes out or something, and that gear just gets wrote off completely and all. Now, anytime you bring this point up to the developers, they always say, oh, it's an MMO RPG, you should expect to get new gear and all. As a more recent gear, we have stuff like the Mire gear, the Nullity robe for PvE players. The most notable change that's going to affect the entire community is the fact that the Nullity robe is going to get outdated at this next summer update, and you'll have to get a better version of it now. And if you do PvP, you're kind of used to this and all. For example, my Storm Nightmare robe, I spent so much money last year trying to get that, and my viewers were also helping me a lot, sending a lot of packs to help me get that robe. I spent days, hours farming the gauntlet, never got it. And fast forward to this year, well, they just dropped a new pack that is basically the Nightmare 2.0. And it's kind of sad to see because you have all these memories getting these pieces of gear and Wiz and all, but like you can't actually like do anything with them or take them any further. Now, I would like to bring up the idea of a game I used to play, which is Destiny, and in that game, you can actually infuse a piece of gear to keep it, up to date and all. So for example, right, my Nullity robe right here, instead of going out and doing the new raids to get the better robe, I instead could infuse this robe to level 170 and get an equal robe. Obviously, you'd have to, get stuff and resources to infuse the robe to get it to 170 and all, which is what we've seen before with 150 to 160. And I personally just feel like with how attached players get to gear in the game, I think this would be a way better system than saying, oh, screw you and all your time putting in, getting this new piece of gear. Now you have to do it all over again. Because now, yet again, at least on my Storm, I'm stuck in this nightmare of I literally have to pay to get this, Nightmare Coat 2.0, and I've been farming the gauntlet and I haven't got it, and it's just simply a repeat of last year, and it's just a complete scam. When in reality, we could have a free-to-play system like Destiny, where they can make a system where you can just simply upgrade your favorite pieces of gear to your current level cap or whatnot. I also think a double-edged sword to this is the fact of the matter that the upgrades, if you want to call it that, are not very they're not very good. You can look at Walroo, look at the new pieces of gear, look at the new raid, right? It's hardly any upgrade, but it's still an upgrade, so you are gonna want to get it, right? It just kind of feels like really scummy, like I said, with like the pack thing last year. It's just the same thing this year. It's a pack thing, and it's a very slight upgrade, so it's like, okay, well, you have to get it to compete. But then if you don't get it and you try to make that argument to the devs, they'll be like, oh, well, it's hardly an upgrade, you don't need it. But like you do need it, right? So it's just really shitty, and it feels really bad as a player, which is why I think they should keep the system they had with like Nullity, where you could upgrade your gear or your raid gear, because at least this way there was a reason to go back and do stuff. If you guys remember when the Nullity came out and all, you actually had to go back to Novus and farm pixels to upgrade this piece of gear. I know some people didn't really like this, but I think that was more because Novus farming itself was really bad. But I actually really liked this because it gave you a reason to go back into the community and farm with other players who are maybe it's doing normal PvE content and all. I actually really liked this kind of system they had, and they got rid of it actually with Hun Hao. So I guess my point here is simply, if I'm just gonna upgrade a piece of gear to 150 to 160 and that's it, I should just be able to do that easily within PvE, and I shouldn't have to do a whole new raid or buy a whole new pack a year later, like the Nightmare code, for example. I should just be able to take whatever piece of gear I want to like a crafter right here, and be like, oh, go look for pixels and polygons in the world or dream water, and bring it back here, and we'll make your void coat level 170 instead of having to go do a whole another raid and get that piece of gear dropped again. Same thing with the Skyfarer stuff, same thing with like the Nightmare stuff, and so on and so forth. However, at the same time, I might just be an emotional little bitch. You guys can let me know down there in the comments below. I don't know, man. I just really like to think back to when I got this piece of gear, and I put in a lot of work, a lot of time, and I do understand if you want to upgrade it, there should be like a fee to it and all, but I think it's just kind of stupid to completely write off the player's time, especially since it's like as of recent with some of the stuff like Nightmare and Void Nullity template. There should be a more intuitive, free-to-play, reasonable way to upgrade your gear rather than just, be like, oh, go and buy a pack to get the new meta gear like the Nightmare code, or go and do the new raid to get the new Nullity robe, I don't like that, and I think this is an area where Wiz could really improve upon. Obviously, they're not going to be able to upgrade every single piece of gear, like, Zeus, Darkmoor, because a lot of that gear predates their new combat model philosophy, I guess, if you will, but with the more recent, pack kind of meta stuff they've been going for with, Burrow pack, Skyfarer's band, Wastelander pack, what else is there? The Nightmare pack, the Library pack, right, that kind of stuff. If we're going to keep putting meta gear in, a paywall behind a pack and all, there should just be a free-to-play way to upgrade the stuff that we got last year. Because if we're not going to get that, it's just going to feel really shitty and really scummy and really scammy, which is kind of what I feel like I'm feeling like right now, and you guys probably feel the same way, and it just doesn't make any sense to have history repeat itself. Oh, I had to buy a pack last year for Nightmare, and I have to buy a pack for the Library Gauntlet. Why can't I just upgrade my Nightmare by doing a quest or going out and getting a lot of crafting stuff to upgrade it free to play? Right, that's everything I have to say for the video. I think this is one of those things that they really could improve upon. Quality of life, I guess, if you will, to make the game feel better and not feel so unreasonable. And it's also one of the things that would make the players actually feel like KingsIsle respects your time at the end of the day. Because for a long time, players have not been feeling that way, and KingsIsle is aware of players feeling that way. They talk about it on KI Live, but I'm a firm believer in the fact of the matter that it's like the little things like this that they really just need to get right. Because personally, me, man, I am not going to be spending another $100 to try and get a piece of meta pack gear. I've done it. I've played that game for the last couple of years. I'm over it. I don't want to spend any more money just to play the game. I want to have an actual free-to-play, reasonable way to play Wiz, because I feel like Wiz is lacking content, so I'd rather have more content, have stuff to do, and get stuff free to play, rather than just always having to open my wallet. Anyways, I'm done yapping. I hope you enjoyed the video. I think I sound like shit. Probably. I do to my own ears right now. I'm sick as hell. Leave a like and sub if you made this far. And your thoughts down there in the comments below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? What do you think Wiz could do to improve upon these systems in the future? And yeah, I will see you on the next one. Thank you for watching, and take care, y'all.